thank you so much for being in here. And I'm so excited because we're going to talk today specifically. I'm going to go right into it. Income producing activities. I'm going to show you if you were to master the craft of being an affiliate and doing it along everything that you have, from all the value content that you're creating, from all the other opportunities that you may have, the businesses that you have, the books that you're writing, courses you're doing, all the different things. How can I have this coexist along with what I'm already doing? So first things first, I got to ask you a few questions and I need you to help me out. We are on the 18th, right? Today's the 17th. Okay, so today is the 17th of March. How much money, and I know this is a specific question, how much money do you want to make from the Diva Network specifically? Nothing external, just from the commissions from the affiliate model. How much money do you want to make by the end of this month, from now until the end of this month? And it doesn't matter. There's no judgment. You can say 1,000, you can say 10,000, or you can say 100. Because I want to reverse engineer it so you know the amount of work that needs to be taken. This is where we create specific daily method of operation, daily work, and create specific KPIs that are going to help you understand exactly. All right, beautiful. We got 1,000. Awesome. So we got $1,000. Anybody else haven't thought about it? You need to think about it. And the reason is, the very first rule of making sales is projections. Like, how do we know where we're heading if we don't have the address, right? I need the final destination. If you say, Ali, we're going to end up in the Statue of Liberty, cool. Then we'll figure out helicopter, boat, car, what are we doing, right? 10,000, beautiful. 10K. All right, awesome. So we got a couple of, that's it, 1,000 between now and the end of the month, and 10,000. Good. By the way, no judgment, no wrong answer. It's just so you have something that you're aiming for. Now, here's what I'd like to do. Reverse engineer it. So how much do we make from our personal enrollments? 40%, right? 40% off, let's just call it the founding member. 1,000 is what? $400, right? Or $40 out of the $100, right? Let's just go with those as a quick example. So what I want to do is take this 1,000. Didn't know we were going to do math, right? Somebody do 1,000 divided by 40. Let's just start with that. 1,000 divided by 40. What is that number? Okay, good. So 25. Now, if we want to make 10K, obviously what? We're going to add a zero. To make $1,000 between today and the end of the month, I personally have to bring in 25 personal enrollments with a minimum of $97, or 250 people with a minimum enrollment of $97, right? Doing that guarantees me 1,000 to 10,000. Now, why am I telling you this? When was the last time you enrolled 25 people personally in 2 weeks? Or 250. Now, if you say, I can do it, I have done it, I have the network for it, I have the emails for it, I have the social media followers, I have, good. If you say, I've never done it before, then we need to have a conversation as to what is the system that's going to get us to give you these results and these answers, or we need to humble these numbers a little bit and say, okay, well, I can't do 25 because this is enrolled individuals, right? Now, here's what I do know from a professional perspective. These are the averages, right? It takes 10% of your conversations to convert into prospects and 10% of those prospects to end up being in business. What does that mean? If I talk to 100 people this week, intentionally talk to them, right? Reach out to them, do all the different methods of exposures, messaging, showing content, whichever, that's a whole different conversation. If I get 100 people who are like, yes, I am open, the chances are only 10 of them are seriously going to end up in a presentation, which means only 10% of those individuals are probably going to end up to do business with me. Now, these are averages. This is the low flow. I am not telling you that this is the numbers for everybody. There are others who can get 10 out of 100 to enroll. That all depends on the level of consistency, continuity, and quality of content, of invitation, of follow-up, and getting plugged in and plugging them into the system. You know, those 4 steps that we talk about. So the reason I'm giving you this, that if you want to have 25 people enrolled between now and the end of the month, or 250, we need to have a way to communicate with 1,000 people. Again, it could be posts with 1,000 friends. It could be school. It could be YouTube channels. It could be email marketing. It could be intentional prospecting. It could be attraction marketing. It could be funnels. It could be giveaways. You can be creative. Obviously, here we have enough people who are experienced enough with different ways of getting the eyes on, right? But here is the reality. I have to have 1,000 people who have seen some type of conversation about an affiliate model or about the value that the Diva Network is providing.
You focus on recording your podcast, and we'll take care of the rest. At the ME Studios, we specialize in creating high-quality podcasts. Our state-of-the-art facilities and experienced team ensure that your podcast stands out. We take your recorded podcast episodes and meticulously edit them. Using the latest audio editing software and techniques, our dedicated production team works tirelessly to turn your raw recordings into polished professional productions that captivate and engage your audience. Get heard by a wider audience with the ME Studios. Just press record, we'll handle the rest. Start your stress-free podcast production journey with us today. It's easy and fun.
1,000 for me to close 25 people between now and then. Now, again, I'm not telling you personally are doing 1,000 presentations. I'm not telling you that you personally are, meeting one-on-one with every single person throughout the whole. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we have to create 1,000 opportunities of exposure to the Diva Network in order for me to have 25 people enroll between now and the end of the month. For the 10K, 250, that means we have to have 10,000 exposures. These are low averages, by the way. There are some people who can do better, and there are definitely some who will do worse. But the reality is you need to have a real understanding of the numbers. And the reason you have to have a real understanding of the numbers, because it's going to help you make sound decisions and time blocking so you can go forward and say, okay, for the first hour of my workday, call it 8 to 9, right? I'm doing nothing but reaching out to people. And let's say my goal is to hit 100 conversations, not 100 prospecting, not 100 you look out of the ways of making money, not 100 have you heard of the Diva, just getting 100 conversations. This is just people that I'm talking to. And if I do 100 conversations at 8 to 9, Monday through Friday, that guarantees me what? 500 people that I talk to this week. And then 500 people that I talk to the next week. And that's just 1 hour, time blocking, right? Doing that guarantees me my 1,000. Now, I do know, and Ali has told you, that only 10% of those individuals are going to end up being prospects. So if 1,000 people, again, just conversations, 1 hour a day, Monday through Friday, led for 1,000 conversations. By the way, that is so doable. I mean, even if you just copy paste, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while, how you been? To 100 people, and you can do Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp, you name it, you can use it and spread it out however you see fit. That gets you your 1,000. 10% of those 1,000 individual is what? 100. 100 individuals who will end up in exposures, who will end up taking a look at the business, who will end up in Zoom presentation, who will end up watching the replays, who will end up in three-way calls, who will end up saying, maybe I won't do the founder right away, but maybe I'll just start with the lower package. That will set you up to get anywhere from 10 to 25% enrollments, which will get you closer to that $700 to $1,000 income by the end of the month. So if you said, I want to make $1,000 per month, you need to time block starting today, 1 hour, starting Monday, 1 hour from Monday through Friday. And don't make your minimums your maximums. If you want to do 2 hours, have at it. But just time block 1 hour. And whether you're sending an email to an email list, whether you're blasting to your group and communities that you have, whether you are reaching out one person at a time, the goal is for your information, communication, engage, whatever that is that you're using, to reach to a minimum of 100 individuals. Now, it needs to be reached. Doesn't mean that I just blasted an email to 5,000 people, that 5,000. No. You and I both know. If you look at the analytics, you can say, what is the percentage of people or the number of emails that have opened up? Then you need to follow up with individuals. If you, here's a quick hack, right? Change your profile picture in any social media platform, specifically Facebook. What happens when you do? Get all these likes, all these comments. Hey, good seeing you, looking beautiful, awesome, whatever that may be, right? Then send them a direct message. Just all you got to say is, thank you so much for liking my picture. And that will create 100 conversations today. Then tomorrow, a selfie, a book, a video, whatever it is. Again, you ladies and gentlemen know a million and one ways to get your content out there, right? Like we see that the Diva Network is no struggle to get content out there. But what we need to do is to be intentional to get in front of 1,000 people between now and the end of the month in order for 100 of them to consider looking at the business, in order for 10 to 25 of them to definitely end up in enrolling. If you don't hit those numbers, this is gone. This is a fact. Now, for Dr. Barbara, you said 10,000. We need to get to 10,000 individuals. 10,000 individuals, same concept, same formula. If you told me 100,000, I'll just add a zero and a zero. You just have to understand, here's how it works, right? There is a funnel and flood of individuals and contacts that you have to figure out how to bring in. And then there's a conversion from a lead, which is just people who are going through this funnel, into a prospect. That's the transition from the 1,000 to the 20 to the 10%, right? The industry and affiliate world shows 10% is the average from lead to prospect. A lead is just a human being that bumped into your information or you talked to about anything about the business or saw a post or liked something about it, right? A prospect is somebody who's like, yes, I am willing to take a look at the Diva Network model and how I can enroll and possibly benefit from it. So that's the difference. A prospect is not just somebody who said hi to you. No, that's a lead. That's just a human being. A prospect is somebody who's truly, honestly, and genuinely considering to take a look. And then an enrollment or a closed sale is that final number. So it's 10% of 10% are the averages, but those like yourself and myself, I believe, can do better than 10% closing ratio. We usually average about 25%. And with the community that we have and the value that we have and the visibility challenge, and I don't have to tell you all about the value, there is no reason for us not to increase our enrollment. And now with credit cards being back, simplifying the enrollment process, again, there's no excuse or no reason for anybody to do that. So whether it's $100, $1,000, or $10,000, the formula is the same. Whatever amount of leads that are coming in, however I attract them, 10% of them will be prospects, 10 to 25% of them will enroll. Does that resonate with you? Yes, good. All right.
If you're tired of starting from scratch but still want a professional brand, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Struggling to establish a professional brand? At the ME Studios, we don't just document your brand, we build it from the ground up. Imagine custom brand creation, verified social channels, and studio quality content production all handled for you. You'll get featured on platforms like Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Audible. Plus, your press releases will be published on Fox, ABC, CBS, the CW, NBC, and more. Pause for impact. We create, we verify, you grow. And guess what? Don't wait any longer. Visit msstudios.media to start building your premium brand today. Your brand, your content, your success.
Now, here's what I do. I'm going to share with you what I do, right? My goal, my personal goal, is to have 30 conversations every day, like meaningful conversations. And I'm going to talk to you about this part because this leads to the duplication part. Because everything I was telling you right now, that is just sales 101. That's your responsibility only. Now let's talk about the long-term enrollment process, right? Like how do I duplicate? There are 4 steps we always talk about, right? Like there's invitation, there's presentation, there's follow-up and getting plugged in. Invitation is your responsibility. Presentation is our responsibility. We do it for you, right? Follow-up is your sponsor's responsibility. And what I mean by that, not you give them a list and they follow up for you. No, 3-way calls. Set up a 3-way calls and let them do it. And then getting plugged in is our community responsibility. You're plugged in right now. So step number 1, invitation. Are you inviting every single day? If the answer is no, you're not working the business every day. I'm talking about the affiliate side here, right? If you are not exposing someone to a pre-recorded presentation, to a 2-minute video, to a visibility, some type of exposure agents, you are not working your business. Those 4 steps have to be every day. Number 3, follow-up. How many 3-way calls have you done last week? How many 3-way calls have your prospects have been part of last week? If you're doing those by yourself, if you're following up by yourself, you're putting yourself in a challenging situation where that individual is looking at you as, well, you're just a salesperson. You're not really a main person. So when you bring a third-party validator that is documented, that has a conversation with them, it makes things a whole lot influential for the other person to be like, huh, interested. Yes, I would like to work with you. I'd love to work with you as well. All you got to do is just enroll. Is going to be the 47, the 97, or the 997? How would you like to get started? It changes the language and the verbiage itself, if you will, right? And then getting plugged in. Every time there is an event that you would qualify for, attend. I'm not telling you have to attend to everything, but do your very, 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 very best. Okay. All right. So here is what I aim for duplication purposes in terms of the numbers, right? I'm going to show you the numbers. So I already told you I aim for 30 a day at minimum, right? 30 times 5 is 150. Now, times 4 weeks, 600. So my goal is to have 600 conversations every single month, right? Breaking it down with 150 per week, 30 a day is very, very doable. Again, these are just connections. These are not prospects. These are not sales presentations. These are just human beings that I talk to so I can keep my pipeline full. We call this active prospecting. What I'm showing you right now is literally me reaching out to human beings. This is active prospecting, okay? And the most impactful, just so you know, because there is a personal touch in it. So 150 per week or 30 per day, Monday through Friday. That's 600 per month, right? Why 600 per month? I like to exaggerate my failures and downplay my success. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take this 600. That's a lot. By the way, when was the last time you had 600 active people that you're talking to within a 30-day period, right? It sounds like a lot, but when you're breaking down to just 30 people a day, it's absolutely doable, right? So out of those 600, I say 90% are not going to reply. They're not going to be interested. They give me a thumbs up and a message when I send them, right? Or they read it, they don't even answer. 90% are not going to reply. That means that only 60 people are going to actually actively engage with me in a conversation, right? 60 people. So I ask again, how would you be if you had 60 individuals saying, yes, I'm willing to take a look at your business between now and the end of the month? That is not a bad deal. That's really, really good, right? Now, I, again, exaggerate my failures and downplay my success. Most people hype up the failure and downplay they hype up the success and downplay the failure. That's not me. So we're going to take 60. And I'm going to say out of those 60 people who's like, oh my God, Ali, I want to learn about it. I'm so excited about it. 90% lied. 90% don't have money. 90% don't trust blockchain. 90% my husband or my wife don't let me. 90%, well, let me think about it and get back to you next month. 90%, I'm not sure if the timing is right. 90%, God spoke to me and said the timing isn't right? Like all that stuff. All right, cool. That means that I only had 6 enrollments, 6 people that signed up. Now, why am I showing you this? I am not telling you work so hard for 30 days to have 6 people enroll. While that's still exciting, right? That's not what I'm telling you here. Here's what I'm telling you. These 6 people, now, through the 4 steps, invitation, presentation, follow-up, and getting plugged in, which is in the affiliate document that we have, the affiliate training documents. We're if you don't have it, we'll make sure that it is clear and somewhere in school so everybody will have access to it. But here's the thing. Come back to me. I know everybody's reading in the chat. Eyes up. Come back. I see you. The secret is, let's say it took me 30 days to get the right 6 people with me, right? Now, my goal is to teach these individuals to do exactly what I just did, which means what? 6 times 600. 3,600 people that just took a look at my business on month 2. That's not bad. Ali exaggerates failure and downplays success. 3,600. Only 360 are actually having real conversations with us who are considering and looking at our business. Still excited. When was the last time you had 360 people in your business looking at the business? Let's exaggerate and say only 36 enroll. Let me ask you a question. You got 42 people in your business on month 2. That is not bad. They're excited and they're fired up, right? Let's use the affiliate training guide that we created through what? Invitation, presentation, follow-up, and getting plugged in. Same exact thing. But here's the thing. You know these 36 people? 16 of them quit. 16 of them didn't engage anymore. 16 of them went to sleep. It happens, right? So I only have 20. 20. I think you know where I'm getting with this, right? Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. So 20, again, same exact thing, times 6. Let's just keep going with that low 6 enrollments. 120. I just had 42 people last month. I have 120 people on month 3. Okay, let's do the same thing. Out of the 120, 100 people quit. Times a minimum of 6. Month 4, 600 active divas. Let's go. We're making that money now, right? Active, right? Let's take 100 of them are going to quit. Times 6, 3,000. Congratulations, you're a top earner in the Diva Network by month 5. I share this with you. It is all about the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. If I understand what are my averages, and if I understand what is my financial goal, what was the first question I asked you? How much you're trying to make by the end of the month, right? How much you're trying to make by the end of month 2, month 3. And then I know Ali said I can fail 90% over 90%. That means 90% of the people we talk to are not interested. And 90% of those who say I am interested are not going to get started. And if I just follow the 4 steps in the affiliate training guide that we're creating, invitation, your job, presentation, our job, follow up, your sponsor job, getting plugged in, our collective job. We do that, 500 by month 5 times 6, you got 3,000 active people. You just took over the Diva Network if you have 3,000 active people in your business. Now, I'm going to stop here because you know I can take 3,000, drop 500 of them, or 1,000, say 1,000 people quit, and you got 2,000 times 6. That's 12,000 people by month. I mean, again, I can go on and on and on. It could be incredible, but it takes a sense of consistency in daily behavior, not just when we have a Zoom. No. For those who appreciate basketball, Steph Curry, he scored 4,000 three-point shots. And then everybody was celebrating him, the greatest shooter of all time. You know what he said in the interview? He said, you didn't see the 12,000 three-point shots that I made in practice. Like, he did 12,000 three-point shots in practice. Nobody, not even him, is celebrating that. But what he did, he understood the failure ratio. He understood how to do every single day consistent daily behavior to create long-term legacy success. But you and I have to lead by example. You and I have to make a decision that, all right, whether it's $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 is your goal, you need to identify what is the daily method of operation that I'm going to reach out to people. And what is my time block that I'm going to follow up with those very same people, that I'm going to invite them into a presentation, that I'm going to have my sponsor available to do 3-way calls and create a 3-way messenger or a 3-way school communication or a 3-way Zoom or a 3-way call or a 3-way smoke signal. You figure it out. But you need to follow those very, very 4 simple steps. Invitation, your job. Presentation, our job. The follow-up, your sponsor's job. And getting plugged in, our collective community job. And the reason I said our community job, listen, sometimes you need a meeting. How many of us would agree this training today opened some things for you, right? That means that you needed this meeting. But every time the meeting needs you, and especially if it's a visibility challenge or a presentation, because there may be that one guest that your friend has invited, and your friend is like, finally, I got a guest. And then all of us like, yeah, baby, this is the greatest community ever. And we're sending love and excitement. And that one guest is like, man, I want to be part of this. You just helped that guest make a decision just because you showed up. So making a decision is crucial today. It is no longer about just participation. That's what fans do. They participate in an environment. It's about performing and delivering. That's what players do. The players who are in the field, no matter what field that is, right? They perform specific daily tasks and then they deliver on game day. Right now, this is locker room. We're training. This is part of our daily. This is you. This is step 4. You're getting plugged in. But we need to start applying these fundamentals every single day. And little by little, I am here to help you as your strategic partner, if you allow me, so we can start creating the results that you desire for you in the Diva network. Yeah. Here's what I would say. So whenever I have somebody that shows interest, I ask one of three things, right? Hey, Dr. Andrea, what would work best for you? A pre-recorded session, a live session, or an intimate conversation with my team partner, so we can have a conversation about what's important to you. And I allow the individual to say, I'll take the recorded video, cool. Or, live would be good so I can see what the community is like. Or if they say, I really don't want to get in any Zoom and I don't want to watch any long videos, why don't we just jump in a Zoom with my business partner? Let's have an intimate conversation and see what's important to you and answer your questions. Point blank, period. Just because, again, the nature of the element that we exist in requires us to give individuals options. We're trying to attract people who are better than us for the most part, right? So we have to cater to that conversation. So always give 1, 2, or 3, and they'll always pick one. It's called the McDonald's approach. When you go to order McDonald's, they don't say, do you want to add fries to that? They say small, medium, or large. You say medium, they give you the fries and upsold you the soda. You didn't even know it. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
You got it. Tanya, what you got?
Sorry, I can't get on video right now, but thank you for this. I caught it in a little bit later. I came in when you were saying to have 30 conversations per day. Is it 30 reach outs or 30 physical like on the phone or Zoom?
No. You choose. You choose. It's just 30 interactions with other human beings.
Got you.
Simple. Use your best judgment, right? So that's why I always ask what works best for you. It disarms the individual from any preset mindset that they've had from anything else. Well, what's different? Like I tell them, like, hey, we do A, B, C, or sometimes D. What works best for you? What would you want to take a look at? Right. And then I invite them to that very same thing. So there's nothing wrong with that. And you may have some people who may come in at the free level and just want to experience it, but be good at once a week. Be like, oh my God, did you see that person who made this money? Do you see that person who participated? Do you see Jeff Hoffman doing it? Like just little touch base so you can touch base and kind of feel them out.
Tired of blending in? Let the ME Studios take your brand to the next level. Your brand deserves premium documentation. At the ME Studios, we offer a complete solution to turn your vision into a legacy. From studio quality content recording and expert editing to custom branding and press release distribution, we handle it all. Appearances on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio? Check. Press releases on Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, and more? Absolutely. Flexible financing options? You bet. Elevate now, pay later. Don't just tell your story, broadcast it to the world. Visit mistudios.media today and position yourself as an industry leader. Your brand deserves it.